What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
15 to be exact. 15 to
Yes,
be
they were.
exact. Let's leave this here, man, because shout out to Newark, man. Newark is in the building. They're gonna tune into this video. And click the link below. If you're a Shakur Stevenson fan and you from the Newark area, you definitely need to watch this film. All right, I'm just gonna say that, man. Like it, love it, or hate it. It's the truth. And it's about Elijah Muhammad and the other side, because obviously we know about William Bradley living in one of the shooters of Malcolm X, living in Newark for years and years and years, and no one's ever done it. No one did anything about it. But let's jump into this. Shakur Stevenson put on a, what they say, virtuoso performance. He looked great, looked spectacular. Definitely looked far better than his last performance. Definitely outclassed Jamel Herring, who was a prime 35 fighter. Let's say that. Olympian. For him to do that to Jamel Herring, I'm very impressed. And it leads me to say this, because all the Hotep warriors and pro-black people and gonna say, if Shakur Stevenson don't get Oscar Valdez next, you know what they gonna say? Oh man, Bob Arum, he's not letting the other guys fight the black fighters. You're right, he's not. But you know what you didn't do for Gary Russell? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Al Heyman's a genius. Got to stop picking and choosing. You got to have a level of morality. You got to have a level of character. You got to have a level of consistency. You know what I mean? This black trauma pimping is super real, man. And I see it. It's so obvious now. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are about to go through something, and everyone's going to be screaming racism. And this is why I thoroughly believe, and I need to do a series on this, how black people are addicted to white supremacy, because they're easy targets, and they really believe that they're inferior to black people. So they blame white supremacy on the downfalls of not realistically reaching and attaining their goals. And instead of just saying the truth across the board, Gary Russell is in that box right now. People say Gary Russell only fight once a year. I'm like, how do you not see what's going on in boxing? How is Gary Russell left out of a 3-man round robin series between Carl Frampton, Abner Mares, and Leo Santa Cruz? How was he left out? And he's the best out of all of them in the same division, world champion. Y'all got to make it make sense. Now, we're going to see it in Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is going to get another voluntary defense. He's going to get a back injury. They're going to intentionally put Shakur Stevenson's fight in between Oscar Valdez fight so their schedules won't align themselves. Oscar is going to get a mandatory placed on him, even though he just had a voluntary in his last fight. They're lined up to fight next. And I say this, the same energy that all the YouTubers are going to put on Bob Arum, which is warranted for that fight not happening next, I'm going to say I agree. How about you keep that same energy for Gary Russell? It's narrative driven, man. And I see right through it. I genuinely see right through it. And uh it never happened until it happens to your favorite fighter. And that's the truth. Shakur Stevenson looked sensational last night. He looked like he's the best 130, 135 pound in the world. Based on that performance, he would be the favorite against all of them. All of them. Line them up. He would be the favorite. His intellectual capitals in the ring is just superb. Superb. Oh man, how he leveraged his forearm so Jamel Herring couldn't get no inside work. And oh man, he took his power. Oh, it was just sensational, man. It was literally sensational. And how he knew how to clinch. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, oh man. His foot pressure, his foot dominance, his foot placement. Oh man. When he wanted to fight downhill, he could have fought downhill. When he wanted to counter, he could have countered. Now, he has some deficiencies there, which I believe he'll get better at, because the more he got hit yesterday, so he'll know to feint or move offline as it pertains to leading, or feint his opponent out of his counter shot and get him off balance and then land his ones and twos. You know what I mean? And I mean, it was just beautiful to watch Shakur Stevenson last night. It just told me that there's levels to this. And good luck anyone trying to catch him. Shout out to Lorenzo Simpson, because he actually called it. He said, man, that kid's special. And I had reserved my opinion on that based off his last performance. And but sheesh, this kid right here, this kid right here is the truth. And the fact that, and you know what's scary? You know what's scary? He said Terrence Crawford beat him up. Is Terrence Crawford really that good? You get what I'm saying? Is this the same fight? Is Jamel Herring Sean Porter, that herky jerky trying to be aggressive but can't be aggressive because his head, he's getting beat. He's more athletic, younger, youthful. You know, this is why we need to see these fights happen in a prime, man. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, 37, 38. Man, that's trash. These guys need to fight at 25, 26, 27 years old, man. But y'all, man, it's just sad how we don't want best for us. We want our favorite fighter to make the most money. That shouldn't be our perspective as fans. We want the shout out to BFTB, best fighting the best, man. Monday through Friday, 1-2 o'clock my time PST. Check them out. And I mean, we want the best fighting the best. And the way boxing is structured. Now, Shakur got a little bit of protection because he got James Prince, and James Prince has a few other fighters over there, and Big Baby Anderson. He may have a few others that I don't know of, but he got some protection over there. So we'll see how this plays out. But in the meantime, between time, congratulations, Shakur Stevenson. You look sensational. And I just say it's the same outrage that Hotep Negroes are gonna have for Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney. Maybe things have been a little bit different if we had that same outrage for Gary Russell years back, instead of falling for the narrative he only fights once a year. Y'all fell for it. I never felt for that. I never complained about him fighting once a year and him only fighting as mandatories. Because Leo Santa Cruz didn't have to fight him if he's making $1.5 million to fight Rafael Gutierrez. That's why. No one wanted to see Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares too. It was a waste of our time, right? Yeah, it was. Anyways, man. But you got, anyways. Barbershop Conversations, man. Congratulations. We're gonna watch this trailer again. If you're in the Newark area, man, you need to watch this, man. You definitely gonna have an opinion on it. Moss 25, what it do?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
15. At least 15. Barbershop conversations. Peace.